Hello guys and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be making my predictions for the 25-26 EFL Championship playoffs, first legs for the semi-finals. But before we begin, as ever, let's see how I did on the final day of the regular season. I got two scorelines bang on. I got Portsmouth and Birmingham drawing 1-1 correct, and Wrexham and Middlesbrough drawing 2-2 correct, plus 7 more outcomes correct, so that is 13 points, taking my season total up to 348. And this is how the final championship table looks for the season. Obviously Coventry and Ipswich going up automatically to the Premier League, Sheffield Wednesday, Leicester and Oxford being relegated. They were relegated a few weeks ago. And then we've got the playoffs. Millwall, third place. The four that we do have are Millwall, Southampton, Middlesbrough and Hull in the top 6 in the end. And, well, yeah, they're going to be into the playoff semi-finals this coming weekend. And let's start predicting. And we're going to start with the first game. It is 6th against 3rd. It is Hull City against Millwall in... Well, big story about how both these sides got here. Hull with a big victory in the end on the final day to make the playoffs. And Millwall will be disappointed. They did all they could do. They did all they needed to do, beat Oxford 2-0 on the final day. But of course, with Ipswich beating QPR, they missed out by a solitary point on automatic promotion to the Prem. We've got to do it the hard way through the playoffs, but, you know, some may argue it's the best way to get promoted. Kind of. It is if you get promoted. But, see, Millwall look they're very good defensively. They're defensively solid. They have been all season long, really. And Hull haven't been on the greatest run of form recently, and that's why I'm a little bit worried for them coming into this playoffs. But both these sides do seem to be more suited to tournament football, and the playoffs over the 2 legs, and then the final is a tournament. And it's tricky over these 2 legs, and this is very open playoffs this year. But over these 2 legs, I would be more favouring of Millwall to go through, but I think Hull can get something here at home. Seeing as the Tigers are at home, they're both quite solid defensively. I think I'm going to stay on the fence with a 1-1 draw on this first game. I think going into the second leg at the Den, I think Millwall should get the result over the line and make the final, but we'll have to see what happens in this one. But I'm going for a 1-1 draw in the first leg. And then we have got the other game, another big game. It's 5th against 4th. It is Middlesbrough against Southampton in, well, another big game. And I feel like this game, unlike the other one, this game will have goals in it. 2 sides that have been quite goal happy this season, throughout the season. Of course, both these sides have almost had the complete opposite season to each other. Middlesbrough started the season very well under Rob Edwards. He left for Wolves mid-season, brought them back down to the Championship. Kim Helberg came in, started to go on a good run, then dropped off. Borough's another one you could argue deserved top 2 this season, but their fall off at the end of the season just hampered them. And then as for Southampton, well, it's the opposite. Will still had us battling relegation. But since then, Tonda Eckert has come in. He's leapfrogged us all the way up to the playoffs in 4th place in the table, which is where we finished before in the Championship 2 seasons ago. We won the playoffs then. However, I think it's going to be tricky. I think because both these sides are on red-hot form, especially Southampton this year, but I think this first leg's going to be tricky, with Borough being the home side. I think if we can hold them to a draw in this first leg, going to St Mary's, we should have enough, maybe, fight and fan power to get the Saints over the line into the final. But I think in this first leg there'll be goals, but I can't separate the two, so I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw on this one. Actually, I just remembered, in December time when these two played each other in the league, of course that was when Middlesbrough in great form, we were in pretty poor form, and Borough beat us 4-0, but I don't see there being, I see there being that many goals, but I don't see it being nearly as heavy a defeat in this one, so I'm going to go and sit on the fence again with a 2-2 draw at Desmond. Sorry, that's boring. And there you have it, guys. Both playoff semi-final first legs predicted. There's only 2 games, so I'd love to know what you think's going to happen down below in the comments. And yeah, I'll be back later in the week to predict these second legs, or maybe Monday. Monday and Tuesday are the second legs. So yeah, I'll be back then to predict these second legs, and I'll see you all in the next one.